listening to another episode of Hanging with Miss Cooper. What's good, everybody? So, today, the episode is called Relationship Rules 101. So, let's go ahead and let's get into this, shall we? So, there are so many books out there on relationships. There are so many people out there that can say that they have the magic formula to help you obtain the love of your dreams. There are people out there that will actually target you to say that there is someone out there for you, but they'll take your money in the process before you even meet that one person. The world is full of dating sites, speed dating, random hookup apps. I mean, all sorts of things just to find a relationship. And you know how I am. I'm going to keep it real with you. You don't need any of that. You don't need a random stranger to introduce you to another random stranger and charge you for it. You don't need to pay all sorts of dumb money to someone or to a site just to find your match. You don't need to buy every book you can find on relationships just to find another bad one either. You honestly don't have to do any of that. You're absolutely wasting your time. So, what I need for you to do is to take an inventory of all that junk and get rid of it. You already have the one source that you need to find the relationship of your dreams. I mean, you've had it the entire time. Now, instead of just going to the world with your grief of being single, I need you to stop playing and go and get your item so that we can get you prepped for your new relationship. So, what is this item that you already have? It's your Bible. Yeah, your Bible. You know, that book you have on the coffee table for show, just to prove that you get down with the Most High every now and then. You know, that book that your mom or your grandma gave you and insist that you read at least once or twice a year. Or, you know, the few times that you do go to church. That same book that you only go and use when something is wrong, but you don't go to when anything is ever right. Yeah, I said it. How often do you pick up your Bible because you got that promotion, or you got that raise, or a baby was born, or a wedding or something good happening? Do you run to your Bible? I don't know those people who do when something is good. I do know that you go when you need comfort when something is wrong. So, yeah, I'm referring to that same book. I'm going to need you to go and get it because I have some things for you to refer. So, for your upcoming relationship, you'll be prepared. Now, in order to have a successful relationship, you need to have one established with the Most High. That's not negotiable. Because without Him, you wouldn't be here. He's the one who you should be seeking, not some random stranger. Now, ladies, I know that you're wanting me to tell you that He will be sending you a man and that it's just that simple. I know you're wanting me to tell you to just read a few Bible verses, say a prayer, and boom, you'll meet your husband. I'm here to tell you that it's not that clear, cut, and dry. You got some work to do. Because, okay, perfect example right here. Everybody keeps on hounding Sierra about that prayer that she prayed to hook Russell Wilson. Let me tell you something. whatever she prayed, that's her business. That's between her and the Most High. Her prayer is not going to work for you. I need y'all to get that out of y'all's head. That was her conversation, her getting right with the Most High on her accord. Now, I'm serious when I say this. What worked for her is not going to necessarily work for you, because even though she did upgrade when it came to the quality of a man, she still has her share of problems. It ain't all roses. And of course, we like to think so because she shows us how he treats her. She shows us the good. We don't know what happens with the bad between them. And that's okay, because it ain't our business. You understand? So, you have to get your own prayer. You have to work it out for yourself. Now, I might have my show titled Miss, but I am a Mrs. But I wasn't always a Mrs. when recording the show. So, am I a relationship guru or anything? Absolutely not. I am by means not. But I will tell you this. For me to be a Miss to a Mrs., that takes work. To stay a Mrs., that also takes work. Some days my husband can't stand me, and some days I can't stand him. But you know what? We still together because we work. We work it out every single day. So, with that being said, I'm about to drop some science on you. And I'm not going to take your money like some of these other folks will, just to tell you some BS and then you still ain't got what you want. I'm about to give you some free knowledge. I emphasize free because it's right there. You just have to do the work. Relationship rule number 1. Establish a daily prayer life. In order to have a successful relationship, your relationship with the Most High is the one that you must maintain. No man comes before him, ever. My husband is number 2. He is not number 1. He is number 2. That's actually one of the 10 Commandments, FYI. Talking with the Most High daily gives you the strength and the courage to know that your mate will meet you at the time that the Most High has in store for you. He knows exactly who that person is and when that person is ready for you. But before he will introduce you, you gotta get in good with him first. Real talk. That's the truth. There ain't no getting around that. Relationship rule number 2. Establish a foundation based on the Word. 1 Peter 5, verses 6 and 7. Humble yourselves, therefore, under God's mighty hand, that he may lift you up in due time. Cast all your anxiety on him, because he cares for you. Let him be the foundation. Let him be your rock. When you have the Most High as your foundation, you will have the confidence and encouragement that he gives you to wait. While you're waiting for him, you can establish relationships with the opposite sex and be friends. I'm emphasizing that. Friends. You can't just meet someone and have instant chemistry. Now, I know some of you will argue with me and say, yes, you can. But that's actually lust. Lust wears off in time, and if that's all child you have. Bye-bye, relationship. And then you're back to square one. Relationship rule number 3. Be patient. These changes that you're making are not going to happen overnight. I'm going to use myself as an example, as always. It was a full 10 years before I met my husband. And what I mean by 10 years, I'm talking about 10 years from the time that I broke up with my ex, who's my kid's father. I was single for an entire decade. And you know what? I had to completely change my ways. I had to stop with the dead-end relationships, because after him, that's all I kept getting into, dead-end relationships. I had to stop having sex. Yeah, I know. I didn't like that either. Trust, I didn't. But we'll talk about that later. On a later show, we will definitely talk about celibacy. I had to completely change the way that I was thinking about things and how I was approaching them. Your mindset has to change. Do you think that I always approach stuff like this? I did not always have this show, and I did not always tell folks about themselves. Well, yes, I did. Let me not tell that lie. I didn't tell folks about themselves in the way that I do now, but I did tell folks about themselves. You also have to be more selective in your choices. You have free will, and the Most High will allow you to make your own decisions about your dating life. So, these changes, you make all these changes for yourself, but that means that you have to also upgrade the quality of the type of person that you want. So, if the type of man that you went after before you made the changes is not going to be the type of man that you go after you've made those changes. You got to upgrade yourself, which means you upgrade the standards. You ever notice how people don't pay you attention if you're doing something in a cheap way, but if you do something in a more expensive way, they kind of take notice? It's like that. It really is. 2 Corinthians 6:14. Do not be yoked together with unbelievers. For what do righteousness and wickedness have in common? Or what fellowship can light have with darkness? So, just like I mentioned, meaning if you're doing everything right and you meet your fantasy bad boy, I should say, leave him alone. He's a bad boy for a reason, and you don't need to be bothered with him when you have something better in store for you. You can have that life that you imagine, but you have to start with the right things to have your happy ending. You weren't expecting that. So, got some shout outs for you. If you like my content, then help a sister out. Life rules. Donate to my show. Hit the donate button at patreon.com/hangingwithmisscooper. If you like this show, check out this and others on my website, hangingwithmisscooper.com. Also, on my website, I have some goodie buys. And these are just, some personalized things that I have set up in a little shop and everything. Go in and check them out. For real. I update it weekly, special buys and everything, so go check them out. You can check out my podcast, Hanging with Miss Cooper, on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube. And new episodes drop every week. So check out my other shows if you haven't already. Also, y'all, I have a radio station. It is Mocha Inspirations Radio. You can listen on inspiringconnectionsmedia.com or download the Live 365 app and look under Mocha Inspirations. And last but not least, if you want to be a guest on my show, because I do have guests from time to time, email me or shout me out on social media and let's chat and we can get this party started. You weren't expecting that. I'm Miss Cooper, and everybody have a great day.